Welcome to another class on simultaneous linear equation. In today's class, we're going to learn how to solve simultaneous linear equation in fraction. Okay, let's start with the first question. We are asked to solve the simultaneous equation if x all over 2 minus y over 6 is equals to 1 and x over 3 plus y over 2 is equals to 1 over 5. Okay, now before we can proceed, we have to first change this equation to is a fractional form now. We have to change to linear. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, how do we change this to linear? The first step is that we are going to take the LCM. You understand? You can take the LCM. Let's start with the first equation, which is equation 1. Let's call this equation 1 and let us call this equation 2. Do you understand? Okay, now we are going to take the LCM. The LCM simply means least common multiple. You understand? So for this, the LCM of 6 and 2 is 6. You understand? Because both 6 and 2 are divisible by 6. You understand? I mean, 6 is divisible by both 6 and 2. You understand? So the LCM of this is 6. Okay. Now 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 multiplied by x is what? 3x. So I'm going to have 3x. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 1 multiplied by negative y, I'm going to have negative y. Okay, negative y, sorry. Negative y is equals to 1. You understand? Okay, now we have two fractions and the sign between them is equals to sign. 1 is also the same thing as what? 1 over 1. Now I'm going to cross multiply. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have 3x minus y multiplied by 1. That will be 3x minus y. Do you understand? And 6 multiplied by 1 will also give me what? 6. Do you understand? So I've already changed this to linear. You understand? Please, do you understand what I see? Do you understand what I did? I just find the LCM and I modified the equation and it become like this. Okay, let's do the same for equation 2. Okay, you can do this in another way. You understand? You just have to multiply the fraction, both the right hand side and the left hand side by the least common multiple of all the denominator. You understand? We have 3, 2 and 5 as the denominator of the 3 fraction. You understand? Now the least common multiple, which is the LCM of 3, 2, 5 is what? 30. You understand? So let us multiply through by 30. If you want to multiply through by 30, we're going to have 30 multiplied by 3 x over what? X over 3. Do you understand? Plus 30 multiplied by y over 2 is equals to 30 multiplied by 1 over 5. I'm just showing you another method which you can use to modify the fraction such that it becomes like this. You understand? Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, so for this, you can see now 3 here 1, 3 in 30, that is 10. 10 multiplied by x, that will be what? 10x. So I'm going to have 10x, okay, plus 2 here 1, 2 in 30, that is 15. Are you paying attention? Now 15 multiplied by y, that is what? 15y. Okay, 15y is equals to 5 here 1, 5 in 30, that is 6. 6 multiplied by 1, that is what? 6. Do you understand? Now I have modified this fraction such that it becomes we are not having fraction again. We have it in linear. This one is easy to solve. You understand? The aim of changing it to this form is that it will be easy to solve compared to when we have the equation in fraction. Do you understand? So that's the aim of modifying, taking the LCM, and then we're going to arrive at something like this. Now you have gotten to this point. I'm very sure you are well versed with how to solve simultaneous equation. You can use any of the three methods that any of the two methods that we've learned in our previous class. You can either use elimination method. You can use substitution method. You understand? Okay, now let us use substitution method. You can decide to use elimination method. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if the question does not state any method, use the best method that you are well versed with. You understand? Use the method that you know that you are confident. Are you paying attention? But if they now state that solve this equation using this so method, you can use that. Are you paying attention? So that's the aim of learning both methods. Now let us solve this equation. This is equation 2. Okay, let us write it together. We have equation 1, 3x minus y is equals to 6, equation 1, and 10x plus 15y is equals to 6. That is, this is equation 2. Okay, now let us solve this using the substitution method. The first step is that we are going to make one of the unknown the subject of the relation. Do you understand? We have two unknown, which are what? X and Y. Okay, now the first step using the substitution method is that I'm going to make one of the unknown the subject of the relation. And if I want to make one of the unknown the subject of the relation, I'm going to look for the unknown that is easier to make the subject of the relation. Now let us check. You can see that I have only y and negative y here. I can make y the subject of the relation in equation 1. Do you understand? Okay, so let us make y the subject of the relation. Equation 1 is 3x minus y is equals to 6. Now if we want to make y the subject of the relation, I'm going to move this 3x to the other side of the equation. Okay, so I'm going to have negative y is equals to 6 minus 3x. Okay, now I want to make y the subject of the relation. I don't want to make negative y the subject of the relation. Please pay attention. It is y that I want to make the subject of the relation. It is not negative y that I want to make negative subject of the relation. So I'm going to divide all through by negative 1. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have this divided by negative 1, and this divided by negative 1, and this divided by negative 1. Do you understand? So in this case, you know that negative y is also the same thing as negative 1y. You understand? So this negative sign will cancel this negative sign. So I'm going to be left with y is equals to, now if you are according to the when you are dividing signs, please pay attention. Let me quickly teach you something. Look at this. Pay attention, please. When you are dividing signs, look, negative over negative, that is what? Positive. You understand? Positive over positive, that is what? Positive. Okay, positive over negative, that is what? Negative. Okay, negative all over positive, that is what? Negative. Now when you are dividing a number that has a negative sign and a number that has a negative sign, you are going to result into positive number. You understand? Okay, when you are dividing a number that has a positive sign, you are going to have a positive sign. Okay, when you are taking the division of two numbers in which one has a positive sign and the other has a negative sign, you are going to have a negative number. Are you paying attention? Now when you are dividing a number in which one has a negative sign and the other has a positive sign, you are going to have a negative sign. Do you understand? Okay, that is the rule. Now let's go back to this. We have positive 6 divided by negative 1. That will give us what? Negative 6. Do you understand? And we have negative 3 divided by negative 1. That will give us what? Positive 3. Positive 3x. So I'm going to have 3x minus 6. That will be the expression if I make y the subject of the relation in equation 1. Do you understand? If you don't understand, reverse the video and listen to the explanation again. Okay, now I have made y the subject of the relation in equation 1. The next step is that I'm going to substitute the value of y into equation 2. Do you understand? Pay attention. If you are part of our previous class, I will explain this in step by step. I've already explained it. See, you make y the subject of the relation in equation 1. You will substitute the value of that y into another equation. You understand? You make y the subject of the relation in equation 1, then I'm going to substitute it into equation 2. Do you understand? And equation 2 is what? 10x plus 15y is equals to 6. Now y is equals to 3x minus 6. I'm going to replace y by 3x minus 6. Hence I'm going to have 10x plus 15 into bracket 3x minus 6 is equals to 6. Do you understand? That is, I will replace the value of y as 3x minus 6. Now, having replaced the value of y as 3x minus 6, we can proceed to solve for the value of x in this equation. For this, I'm going to have 10x, are you paying attention, plus 15 multiplied by 3x, that is what? 45x. 45x minus 15 multiplied by negative 6, that will give me minus 90, okay, is equals to 6. 10x plus 45x, that is what? 55x. So I'm going to have 55x. Please, I want you to pay attention, okay? I'm going to move this negative 90 to the other side of the equation. Do you understand? So I'm going to have 55x is equals to 6 plus 90. Okay, 55x is equals to 96. Do you understand? Now I'm going to divide both sides by 55 to get the value of x. So this will be this over 55 and this over 55. The value of x now will be 96 divided by 55. You can leave your answer like this or change it to mixed fraction. For this, I'm going to have one whole number 41 over 55. X is equals to one whole number 41 all over 55. Do you understand? That is it. If you want to change your answer in mixed fraction, you're going to have this, or 96 over 55. So any of the value of x is valid. You understand? Okay. Now we have gotten the value of x. How do we get the value of y? It is simple. You understand? Don't forget that we have made y the subject of the relation in equation 1. Okay. The value of y, when we make y the subject of the relation in equation 1, is what? Y is equals to 3x minus 6. Now I'm going to substitute the value of x as 96 over 55 in this equation. Okay. You know, y is equals to 3x minus 6 from equation 1. Now x is equals to 96 over 55. So I'm going to have 3 into bracket 96 all over 55 is equals minus 6. Let me put it like that. Do you understand? Okay. Now 3 multiplied by 96, that will give us 288. You understand? So I'm going to have y is equals to 288 all over 55 minus 6. I'm very sure you understood how I got this. I just take the product of these 3 and 96, so I got 288. Now, having gotten to that point, we can take the LCM. Do you understand? We can take the LCM of the right hand side of this equation. So I'm going to have y is equals to, what is the LCM of, 6 can be written as 6 over 1. You understand? What is the LCM of 55 and 1? That will be what? 55. Okay? So the LCM here is 55. 55 divided by 55, that is 1. 1 times 288, that is 288. Okay? 55 divided by 1, that is what? 55. 55 times negative 6, that will give us negative 330. Negative 330, you understand? Okay? Y is equals to 288 minus negative 330, that is negative 42. Negative 42 all over 55. You understand? So the value of y is negative 42 all over 55, and the value of x is 96 all over 55. So that is the solution to that simultaneous linear equation. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Okay, we have question number 2. We are asked to solve this simultaneous equation. 2 over y plus 3 over x is equals to 12. And 5 over y minus 3 over x is equals to 9. Okay, let us call this equation 1 and let us call this equation 2. Do you understand? Okay, now you know that in the previous example that we did, if you look at that example, you will see that at the denominator we have numbers. You understand? At the denominator we have numbers, but here we have y, we have x, we have y, we have x. You can see that even the unknown that we are looking for is at the denominator. Now, how do we go about this? Pay attention. Please pay attention. See, if I have 2 over x, 2 over x can be written as what? 2 multiplied by 1 over x. Do you understand? Please pay attention. 2 over x can be written as 2 multiplied by 1 over x. Also, 3 over x can be written as 3 multiplied by 1 over x. You understand? And also 5 over y can be written as 5 into bracket 1 over y. You understand? And 3 over x can be written as 3 over x can be written as 3 into bracket 1 over x. You understand? Now, the first step here is to let 1 over x equals to a letter. You understand? And 1 over y is equals to a letter. You can see both 1 over x and 1 over y is common to both equations. You understand? So anything that happens to 1 over y of equation 1 The same will happen to 1 over y of equation 2. Do you understand? So let us say this. Let 1 over x equals to a, and let 1 over y equals to b. Do you understand? Pay attention. Let 1 over y equals to a, and 1 over x equals to b. Do you understand? Okay, now for this I'm going to have, since I know that 2 over y is also the same thing as what? 2 into bracket 1 over x. You understand? So since I said 1 over x is equals to, okay, 1 over y is equals to a, therefore, oh sorry, I think there is a mistake here. This should be 2 over y. Okay, 2 over y. This should be 2 over y, and this should be 1 over y. You understand? Please pay attention. You know, I took the term that I have in this equation one by one. You understand? The first is what? 2 over y. Okay, so it should be 2 over y. You get what I'm saying? Okay, if you have any question, drop it in the comment box. Okay, now let's go. 1 over y is equals to a, and I know that 2 over y is also the same thing as what? 2 into bracket 1 over y. So for this I'm going to have 2 multiplied by, instead of 1 over y, I'm going to replace it as a. Do you understand? So I'm going to have 2a, since I know that 1 over y is equals to a. Do you understand? Okay, please pay attention. It's simple. Okay, you just have to pay attention. Do you understand? So that when you come across this kind of question in exam, you'll be able to solve it. So 1 over y is equals to a. That means I'm going to have 2a plus, okay, now 3 over x can be written as 3 into bracket 1 over x, and 1 over x I've replaced 1 over x as b. So I'm going to have 3b is equals to 12. Let us call this equation 1. I've modified equation 1 now. Now let's proceed to equation 2. 5 over y can be written as what? 5 into bracket 1 over y, and I've already represented 1 over y as a. So for this I'm going to have 5a plus, now for the for negative 3 over x, look at this. Don't forget that 3 over x can be written as what? 3 into bracket 1 over x, and I've already said let 1 over x is equals to b. So I'm going to have, okay, negative 3b now. Negative 3b, because of this negative sign. Do you understand? Equals to 9. Let us call this equation 2. Do you understand? Now we can solve this equation using any of the methods. You can use elimination method or substitution method, but in this case I'm going to use elimination method. Do you understand? Because that is the method that is suitable. I don't need to do anything here. I just have to do some things, then we get the value of the answer. Okay, pause this video from here, attempt the question, solve for the value of a and b. Okay, pause this video, solve for the value of a and b, and check maybe you are correct. Now let's proceed. You can see that I can easily eliminate b by adding both equations. Do you understand? We've learned this in our previous class, so please, I want you to watch the class. Peradventure, if you don't know how to solve this kind of equation, kindly reverse the video, go back to our previous class that we did on simultaneous equation. You understand? I simplified it. Okay, so now we can solve this using elimination method. Yeah, we just have to add both equations to eliminate b, and the reason why we are adding is because the sign of b in equation 1 is positive, and the sign of b in equation 2 is negative. So if I add both equations, I've already eliminated b like that. You understand? So let us add. For this I'm going to have 2a plus 5a. That is what? 7a. 7a. 3b plus negative 3b. That is 0. You understand? So 7a is equals to 12 plus 9. That will give us 21. Okay? So for this I have 21. Now, what is the value of a? The value of a is equals to what? 20. A is equals to 3. You understand? Because 21 divided by 7 will give us 3. You understand? So now I've gotten the value of a. Let us get the value of b. To get the value of b, we just have to substitute the value of a into any of the equation. Okay? Let us substitute the value of a into equation 1. Do you understand? To get the value of b. Now, equation 1 is what? 2a plus 3b is equals to 12. Now, when a is equals to 3, I'm going to have 2 into bracket 3 plus 3b is equals to 12. 2 multiplied by 3 is what? 6. So I'm going to have 6 plus 3b is equals to 12. Now, take 6 to the other side of the equation. That will be what? 12 minus 6. So I'm going to have 3b 3b is equals to 12 minus 6. Okay, that means I'm going to have 3b is equals to 6. To get the value of b, all we have to do is to divide both sides by 3. You understand? So I'm going to have this over 3 and this over 3. Hence, b is equals to 2. We've gotten the value of a and b as 3 and 2 respectively. Now, we are asked to find the value of y and x. Okay? How do we go about it? You know that we have said, let 1 over y is equals to a. So, please pay attention. Let me erase this, okay? Let 1 over y is equals to a. Since 1 over y is equals to a, and a is what? 3. So I'm going to have 1 over y is equals to 3. You know, 3 can be written as what? 3 over 1. Do you understand? So I'm going to have this over 1. Now, here I have two fractions which are separated by an equals to sign. I'm going to take the cross product. Do you understand? So I'm going to have y multiplied by 3 is equals to 1 multiplied by 1. Do you understand? Okay? For this, I'm going to have 3y is equals to 1. So y is equals to 1 over 3. You understand? Do you know what I did? I divide both sides by what? 3. Okay? So y is equals to what? 1 over 3. Now, let's go. We have gotten the value of y as 1 over 3. Let's get the value of x as well. Don't forget that 1 over x is equals to what? B. So I'm going to have 1 over x is equals to b. Now, b is what? 2. So I'm going to have 1 over x is equals to 2. Do you understand? Don't forget that 2 can be written as 2 over 1. Do you understand? Now, I'm going to take the cross product. For this, I'm going to have 2 multiplied by x is equals to 1 multiplied by 1. So I'm going to have 2x is equals to 1. X is equals to 1 over 2. Therefore, the value of x and y are 1 over 2 and 1 over 3 respectively. Do you understand? Okay? So that will be all for this class. See you in the next class. To watch the next class, kindly check the description of this video. You are going to see a link there. Click on that link, or you should check the playlist on this channel. Okay? See you in the next class.